assignment operator and compound assignment operator, both will be looking at it today. So compound assignment operator. So what is assignment operator? So basically in the assignment operator we have just one single equal to, and compound assignment operator we have plus equal to or minus equal to or multiplication equal to or division equal to or double division equal to, modulo equal to, and exponent equal to. Okay, so let's see first understand assignment operator, and then we will be coming to the compound assignment operator. Assignment operator, we have used it a number of times where we want to assign any value to a variable. So we write the variable on the left hand side and we write the value on the right hand side. So this value will be assigned to this variable. And now if you will print a, so it will show you that it is a, this value of a is 10, or the value stored in a is 10. So basically to store some value to a variable, we use this assignment operator, and this is quite simple. Okay, now compound assignment operator is used in cases where you want to do some operation on the existing variable, and after doing the operation, whatever the result comes, you want to assign it to the same variable. For example, let's say if you have a is equal to 10, and what you want to do is you want to multiply this 10 with 2, the result is 20, and you need to assign that result 20 to the same variable. So one option of doing that is a is equal to a into 2. That is how we can do this operation. And now if you'll print a, you'll be getting 20 as the result. So instead of writing this operation, we can write this operation this way also, a star equal to 2, and this will be giving me the same result. Okay, so now if you'll be executing this code, this is also going to give you the same result, right? So this operation is called compound assignment operator, where the meaning of this compound assignment operator is same as this. So you can replace this plus star equal to or plus equal to with this one. Okay, so if you have star, then you can replace it with star. If you have plus here, then you can replace it with plus, and so on. Okay, so this is the compound assignment operator we have. Okay, now next we have membership and identity operator. Membership operator. So in the membership operator, we have two operators, in and not in. Okay, these two operators, in and not in, so what are saying that we have two operators, membership operators, we have two operators in membership operator, in and not in. These membership operators also returns true or false, that is Boolean value, and these operators works on collection. Okay, collection object. What all collection objects we have? We have sequence and mapping type. So in the sequence we have a string, list, tuple, or bytes and byte arrays are also the sequence, but we are not discussing them, so let's keep on that. And in the mapping type we have set and dictionary. Okay, so these all are the basically different collections we have, and we are going to discuss about them. So we can check whether the element is available inside these collections or not, and accordingly it will return true or false. For example, let's say you can check whether a single element is available inside a string. For example, I can take p in Python. Okay, since this p is available, so it is going to return true. And if it is not available, so let's say if I'll be checking for capital P, it is not available, so it will be returning me false. Okay, you not only this, you can look for a group of characters also. You can look for pyt, and this is not available, capital P is not available, so it will be returning false. But if you will be checking this one, let's say pyt, so this is going to return you true. Okay, you can also check for pn in Python, so this is also going to return you false. Why? Because see, pn is available, but they are not available together as a string the way it is. You can see here, right? So in that case it will be returning you false. Okay, So you can check it on this string. You can check it on the list also. For example, you can check whether 10 is available inside the list 10, 20, 30. Yes, it is available. So this is going to give you true if you will execute it. And similarly, you can check it in the tuple as well. So for example, this is a tuple and you can check it inside this one also. This will be returning you true. Next, let's say you can check it into the dictionary also. For example, if we have a dictionary is equal to 1 colon 100, 2 colon 200, 3 colon 300 and all, or we have a colon Python. Okay, so if we are going to check for key 1 in D, this is going to return me true. Why? Because this 1 is available as a key. But remember, in the dictionary, it does not looks for the value. If you'll be checking 100, it is available as a value inside the dictionary, but it is not available as a key. So this is called key value pair. The first value inside every pair is called key, and second value in every pair is called value. Okay, so this is the key value pair we have, and in this key value pair, this key is giving you true if you will be checking on keys, and if you will be checking on values, it will be giving you false. Okay, so it doesn't check for the value. Fine. So this is the membership operator, and next what we have is identity operator. Okay. Now, what is this identity operator? So before coming to the identity operator, let me discuss something about the object reusability concept. Now, what is this object reusability concept? Says that objects can be reused. Okay, and which all objects can be reused? So this object reusability concept is available in the case of integer and only in the range of -5 to 256. Okay, it is available in the case of string from the range A to Z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9 and underscore. Okay, it is available for none, boolean values true and false. Okay, it is available for only these values, and for rest all values like float, complex and derived data type, this object reusability concept is not available. Okay, fine. Now what is this object reusability concept? So for example, if I'll be taking two numbers, okay, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10. Okay, B is equal to 10. Now, if I'll be checking print ID of A and ID of B, that is address will remain same 0624 0624. Correct? In both these cases, ID is same or memory address is same. Since address is same, so it is returning you, it is giving you the same address. And if you will take a different number which is not defined inside this range, so it will show you that address is not. So execute it and you will see that address is different. Okay, why? Because they are not falling in this range. Okay, now what is this identity operator? So we have two, is and is not. Remember, this is and is not always checks for the memory address. Is operator is going to return true if the address is same and false if not same. Is not is just opposite. Okay, so this also returns boolean value. Okay, for example, if I'll be taking these two values and if I'll be checking here, print A is B, in this case address is same. See, if you will be writing print A equal to B, so this is also true, this is also true. Content is same in this case, and this is case address is same, so it is returning you 2. But let's say if you will be taking these two values, okay, and if you'll be checking now whether A is B and A equal to B, so A equal to B will return you true. And this one will return true, but this one will return false. Why? Because address is not same in this case. Okay, clear everyone? Okay, so we have discussed the operators. Now we have completed the operators. I'm going to upload few assignment on these operators. Go ahead and practice those assignments, and then we'll be taking the doubts on those assignments if you have any in the upcoming classes. Now I'm going to start with the string data structure. Okay. So let's see what is the string data structure. Just